Mike Baca here with UCN Live. I'm here with Jose Ramirez, who takes on Manny Perez on the undercard of the Manny Pacquiao Timothy Bradley rubber match on April 9th on HBO pay-per-view in Las Vegas at the MGM Grand. Before we get to the interview, you announced your work with the agriculture in Fresno and how you're working with the drought in California. Tell us a little bit about your work with that.
You know, I became a member of the Latino Water Coalition about 2 years ago, and it's just mainly to deliver the message to everyone out there who has really fallen behind from the subject, or not being aware of the water crisis. So I'm pretty much doing that through the media that I get through boxing and through my boxing career. When I signed pro. One of the reasons why I went with Top Rank is because they were going to allow me to co-promote my fights in the Valley, at least 2 fights a year, and that was going to open up the opportunities to make those two fights a year my fights, and being able to promote them and in a way of that me and my team had in mind. And joining the Latino Water Coalition just kind of just clicked on me, and we decided to call them the Fight for Water, and that's pretty much to promote and advertise the water issue out there and keep everybody aware, because they've been they were trying to get this water bond passed since 2008, when they really started seeing the water crisis, and they really started seeing the water drought here in California, and they were trying to pass this $7.5 billion bond to create reservoirs and better water storage. And they did different things, they tried different things, but nothing was working. So now I came about with this idea that we had, and the first event that we had was at the West Hills College in Lemoore, California, the Golden Arena that holds 3,000 people. And nobody really knew how it was gonna play out. Top Rank gave me the opportunity. And it was going to be televised by Unimas, and I was going to headline the show. Mm-hmm. And I was only 6-0 at the time. And you really don't see people with 6-0 headlining, national televised fights. So that was a great opportunity for me, and to be able to obviously advertise the water issue, and to bring all the farmers and all the politicians and everyone who supports this together into one event, and become the face pretty much of the Fight for Water, and to become the Latino Water Coalitions, and everybody who supports the cause, have the fights become their office, where they come and work, and it gave them hope, it gave them excitement, and it was able to be promoted national, and the water bond got passed. 2 fights after that one, it got passed, and I think we kept everybody aware, and everybody voted for the Proposition 1 in November of 2014. So after that, you started to see that the politicians were, paying more attention, and because a lot of the politicians, what they do is, they like to support someone who has a lot of support behind them, because they care. Votes are very important for them. So a lot of politicians who were like in the middle decided to come our way, and we're still seeing a lot of the fields being affected, just because what gets us in a negative position is the groundwater. Mm-hmm. and the government has the pipes that come across the San Joaquin Valley, the Central Valley, from Northern California to Southern California. They have the pipes closed because of the Delta smellfish that they want to protect, So there's a lot of water it goes straight to the ocean. Mm-hmm. So now our only water to be able to provide these jobs and provide the farmers enough water for them to be able to plant the crops is the storage water, or the rainwater, water that rains or snows, or the snow water. So I think if it wasn't for the team, for everyone who's a part of this, if it wasn't for them, the disaster would have been a lot bigger. And the fight is not over yet, and I'm still here, fighting strong with the Latino Water Coalition, everybody that supports this issue, and we're gonna continue moving forward with that.
Well, you're doing a great thing, and it should not go unnoticed at all. Now, let's get back to the boxing. Your last fight against Johnny Garcia, big crowd in Fresno, your hometown. You had a knockdown in that fight. It was kind of a flash knockdown. Take us through it. How'd you feel?
It was something, like you said, flash. I wasn't hurt. I was just mainly he caught me with the punch when I was kind of off balance. I was throwing a wild punch and I squared my feet together. I wasn't hurt. Actually I was just a little bit embarrassed, to be honest.
Yeah.
I was embarrassed and it wasn't the best of my performance, and I plan to leave it behind and just work hard. And I had gotten a surgery on my right thumb that I hurt myself sparring Victor Posto, and I was getting ready for a September fight, and I think getting ready for that December 5th fight, I was not as focused as a fighter. I was just the focus on the promotion part, focus on not getting my thumb and not hurting myself, and I didn't get that much sparring done because of my right thumb. I got surgery. I had to take a few rehab classes for my therapy classes for my therapy classes for my thumb, and that kept me away from the gym a little bit. But that it's an eye opener. It's an eye opener that we can't take no one lightly. I have to. It don't matter how much talent I have. If I don't work hard, the fights are gonna be harder than what they're supposed to. And I feel very motivated and very driven now to be in this position that I am. And I feel very, very focused now. I started training camp now. The training camp started about a week and a half ago, and on Monday is where I take it to another level. This coming Monday, and I'll be more than ready for Manny Perez. I know he's a veteran fighter. He's a fighter with experience, and I'm not nervous at all. There's no fears, there's no butterflies. I'm just excited, man. I'm excited for this opportunity that was given to me, and to be able to showcase my talent, not just domestically in the United States, but also international, where the whole world's gonna be able to see who's Jose Ramirez, and also those who don't see my Unimas, those boxing fans. I want them to see who's Jose Ramirez and showcase my talent to them, because one thing in the Valley is a lot of my fans were non-boxing fans before, So they're the quiet ones. They're the ones that just go there and then they get excited and then they start cheering for me. But they were not boxing fans before I came about, So now I'm trying to reach those who are real boxing fans and who have been seeing boxing for a while, and I want them to see the skills that I bring.
You covered a lot of questions I had lined up for you just right now, but I'll leave you with this last one. What do you want boxing fans to know about you leading up to this fight, and what will they learn on April 9th when you do fight Manny Perez?
Right now you see you're gonna see a very motivated fighter, training hard, a very focused fighter, who has one thing in mind, and just to become a world champion one day. And this are the type of fights that are very important in my career, and I'm not gonna take advantage of them in a negative way. I'm gonna train hard, focus. I'm gonna get my sleep. I'm gonna get all my training sessions in. I became a father 4 months ago, so
Congratulations.
Thank you. So I'm very motivated. Motivated. My family motivates me. The respect that a lot of people have for me, that motivates me, because I don't want to disappoint them. So I'm a very Mexican culture. I come from Mexican culture. The way I think is, I'm very family oriented. So you're gonna see a fighter April 9th who's gonna go in there and fight his heart out. Not leave nothing for tomorrow.
Very well. Thank you very much,
Thank
Jose.
you.
For Jose Ramirez, my name is Mike Baca. This is UCN Live.